Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, I call all my subscribers dragons, divine, righteous, almighty, greats, overachieving, never slacking, because we breathe fire over here with everything we do. With that being said, I got why I'm not moving back to the US after living in Germany for over 4 years, right? So this should be interesting. The original link will be in the description, so you guys can go check out the original link and subscribe to her channel. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell if you wish. And with that being said, we're gonna hop right into this.
Hi and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know, my name is Zoe Marie and I film videos here on YouTube in the category lifestyle, travel, and fashion. Today's video is going to be 7 reasons why I'm not moving back to the United States. The sponsor of today's video is Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creators. Through Skillshare, you can explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity. Like I mentioned to you guys in the beginning of this video, I film videos also in the category of travel, and I'm always looking for ways to improve my travel vlogs. I can do this especially with using classes from Skillshare. Right now I'm taking a class on Skillshare called YouTube Success, Creating Exciting Travel Videos. This class is by Kristen and Nadine. They're YouTubers.
So if you guys are interested, definitely go subscribe to her, show her some love on her channel.
And videographers. I absolutely love them so far. They're giving me so much tips that I did not know before. And this is what I love about Skillshare. It's curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads and they're always launching new premium classes. So the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well as like this video if you like this type of content from me. It definitely helps me out and just shows that you support my channel. So let's just jump right into this with number 1. So I've been getting a lot of comments from some of my subscribers asking when I'm gonna go back to the States or if I'm gonna go back to the States, and that's basically the reason why I'm making this video, because from my perspective at this moment in time, I do not see myself ever moving back to the United States. I've gotten a taste of something different, and this is not to say that the United States is, just something totally bad. It's just my perspective and the reasons why I really love Germany and want to stay in Germany or in Europe. So, number 1 is safety. I find the safety here in Germany completely different, obviously, than New York and New York City, but I actually feel as a woman quite safe in general here in Germany. I don't feel like I have to clutch my bag, clutch my pearls every time I'm walking down the street.
I mean, I'm not mad at that. Safety is definitely key. I've been seeing a lot on Instagram from girls and definitely in America who've been talking about guys hitting on them, and when they say no, they've been getting attacked. I've been seeing that rampant a lot lately. A lot of attacks on women over just, I guess, insecure guys. So, I can't complain or be mad at anybody for feeling safe. And if Germany means a safer place or you feel safer there, then by all means,
I generally do feel very, very safe in the streets. Obviously, maybe there might be some stairs. More specifically, if I'm walking at night, obviously you need to keep yourself on guard. I'm not saying drop your guard when you're here in Germany, but I generally do feel safe. I always felt in the United States, especially in New York, because that's where I'm from, That's
where I'm from, New York.
You just have to keep your bag close to your chest. You just have to really look out. It could be different for other US states, but for New York, especially if I go into the city or if I'm just in a little rural area of New York, I just feel like I have to, watch out. And of course, this is not to say that crime and crazy stuff does not happen in Germany. It's just not so big as it is in the States, as it is in New York. Number 2, it's actually quite easy to go back to New York from Germany. Normally I would have a layover, for example, in either Paris or Amsterdam for maybe an hour, and then it's just a 7 hour 20 flight back to New York. So it's not like across the world. It's not like New York is so far from me that I don't get to see my parents, and I am quite blessed that I am able to go back to New York at least twice a year to visit family.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. To be able to have that easy access to get right back. I mean, and you found a place you love too. So it's like cannot be mad at that at all. Most people they stay home. They never leave the nest, and they end up miserable.
So it doesn't feel like I'm completely ostracized here in Germany. On top of that, I do FaceTime with my family every day, so this deep homesickness doesn't really take me over. It's obviously there, but it doesn't overwhelm me because I do get the chance to visit my family often. Number 3, Germany is very family friendly. I mean, I've never been anywhere where it's just like so family oriented. I've never seen this before, and for me it kind of warms my heart because I do want to start a family, and I would love to start a family in Germany. And the fact that things are just so, child friendly, there's like little grandmas looking out the windows, watching the kids walk home, making sure.
See, that's awesome. Like that's seriously awesome. Me being from New York, when I moved to Western PA to a small town, it was very family oriented, and I met the most genuine people. Like people were, I mean, literally there was this. They were calling me their grandson. At the place I was working at, the retail store. Like that's how just loving they were, and when they seen I had a good character, they really gravitated towards me, and to the point where it's like if I had a headache, they got medicine. If I'm hungry, they're trying to give me food, so if you found a place like that that's genuine, that's amazing, and I'm super supportive of that.
Or everybody's getting to where they need to get to. I don't know, I just feel like to have a family here in Germany, it would be really safe. For example, if I were to have a family in the States, I personally feel like I would never let my child walk home after school or even walk to school. And if they have to because of circumstances, like I have to go to work, I would just be shaking because I would be in such fear. I have just seen such crazy things happening in New York with missing children and just that whole works. And here in Germany, it's not really a thing like that. You see kids, like little kids walking home, and it's just, everyone understands that it's just a safe environment. It's actually normal for kids to walk home alone, and they always get to their destinations. So I really do love that about Germany. I cannot wait to actually start a family here. The 4th thing why I would not leave Germany is the school system. The school system in Germany is really good, as well as it's free. The aspect of paying for university in New York, you're paying like arm and your leg. That's actually what it costs to go to university. I think it's not right. I personally don't think that you should be paying for an education. I think a lot of things, but the point is in Germany, you don't have to do that. If you're going to university, you can pay absolutely nothing for university, just the school fees, which could potentially be 500 to 600 euros, but I would pay that 600 euros definitely compared to a 30 grand tuition, definitely. And I think if I have a family and I want to have maybe 3 kids, don't judge me, I want to have a lot of kids, but for example, if I want to have 3 kids and I have to support them through college and pay for their university degree, I would probably go bankrupt, I don't know, or eating rice for dinner, only rice.
Man, people be going through it out here. People be going through it. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
Rice because I could not afford anything else. It's just so expensive in New York to go to school, and I think I can say this for all of the states. It's expensive for a degree, and here in Germany, that's something that you don't have to worry about. So the 5th thing is just going to be the higher standard of living. Every time a subscriber asks me why I would choose Germany over the US, one of the things that I mention is the higher standard of living. Coming from New York, where everything is just so expensive, I mean, it is just ridiculously expensive. I just read this online, don't quote me on it, but New York City has just been called the most expensive city in the States, outranking San Francisco. Again, don't quote me on that. New York is just expensive, and the standard that you get for what you pay for is so
it's extremely expensive. When I moved to Pennsylvania, I mean, just the difference is insane. Like But people get caught up in that material life. They get caught up in just just especially when they're there for a long time and they don't know nothing else. It's kind of sad. It's like a bird that's just always in a cage for a lot of people, you know.
Little, you get basically nothing for your buck, and it just makes no sense. But here in Germany, you have a higher standard of living, as well as it's affordable. Your whole salary is not gone paying for your rent or your mortgage, and you can still afford to eat, and you can still afford to go out to dinner, go out with friends. It's all still very affordable. Things are taken care of here in Germany. For example, the roads. And this is just a funny story, but my dad and little sister did just visit me. They're already back in the States, but the first thing that my dad said to me was that, wow, what kind of pavement, what kind of gravel thing are they using on the streets that their streets are so perfect and always perfect? How does it not get destroyed? And he's only saying that because in New York, New York, shame on you. The streets, shame on you. The streets in New York, they're ghetto. I'm not even kidding.
Super ghetto.
The potholes in New York will literally destroy your car. Literally, if you just drive into one pothole.
She not lying. She's telling the truth, y'all. Being a native New Yorker myself, she's telling the truth. And I'm like really New York, upstate in the city, really New York, the whole New York.
Holes in New York will literally destroy your car. Literally, if you just drive into one pothole, your whole car could be destroyed. Here in Germany, those things are taken care of. So number 6 would be nature. Coming from Long Island, nature really wasn't a thing in my life. I never really looked out the window at the forest. There was no forest around me, or the mountains. There's no mountains around me. I never was really in that scene. And I wouldn't say I'm super in that scene, but to actually live in nature and be surrounded by, mountains and the Alps and things like that, it really just puts me.
Not even gonna lie, that sounds beautiful. Love nature. I am a Mother Earth loving nature person, so that's always a big plus for me. Love to meditate. I meditate twice a day. I'm in tune. I love walking on trails, things like that. So that's a big plus. Shout out to Germany.
Personally, in a peaceful mindset, to be able to wake up and see that, or to be able to just maybe walk 20 minutes and I can just walk into a forest or see horses. It really is something therapeutic for me, which I didn't have in New York, and I don't know if I would want to give that up again. You just have to see it and be in it to kind of understand what I mean. So the last point that I want to talk about is traveling. One of the bases of my channel is a travel channel. It's partially a travel channel. And in New York, it just wasn't working. To travel anywhere, even within the States, it might cost you $1 or $2. But here in Germany, we're kind of center in Europe, and I find that it's very easy to travel anywhere. It's not that expensive. And since my channel is partially a travel channel, this is something that I, need to do. I need to travel, as well as I love to travel. I want to see new places, but I also don't want to empty out my pockets because I don't have it like that. So I don't want to be emptying out my pockets just to go to northern Germany or just to go to the UK. I don't want to do that. And that's the luxury that I have living in Germany, is that I can travel freely, affordably, comfortably, and still have money to spend in the place that I'm going to, basically. So we've reached the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have anything to add why you are not moving back to wherever you're from, definitely leave it in the comment section, or just leave a comment in general about what you thought about my points. Again, this is just a little disclaimer. This is not to say anything bad about the US. Again, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I hope you guys are staying healthy and safe, and I'll see you in another video.
Okay, so overall, I respect that video. I feel like she made a lot of valid points, and she wasn't disrespectful. She wasn't trying to spark a debate. She wasn't being ignorant, negative, toxic, none of that stuff. She was simply just stating her experience and why she prefers where she's at. me being a native New Yorker, I can definitely connect a lot more, as and verify what she was saying. You know, the expenses are insane in New York. Um, the potholes, you know, the roads horrible. You know, nature for me in New York was like, unless you're like upstate, um, being downstate, it was definitely a lot more rough. Like, you know, I'd go to Central Park or something trying to get that nature vibe, but you always look up and just see all the buildings and you realize, damn, this is an illusion. You know, this just isn't doing it. You know, it's not the real thing. It feels like, um, and overall, just what she said about, you know, pretty much having more of that family vibe. Away from all the hustle and bustle and materialism in New York, the grammar feeling that really, I like that, you know, because I've been, like I said, living in Western PA, I've been around it, you know, with elders that really looked at me as a grandson, and when I'm working with them, they're telling people, oh, he's like my grandson, and they're just looking out for me. It's like a different type of love, genuine love that I wasn't used to having in New York at all. So I honestly pretty much, I really liked that video, you know, and like I said, she was respectful. It wasn't a debate for her. It was just her stating her experience and why she's choosing the path she chooses. And I thought it was awesome. You guys go ahead and leave your. I'm trying not to laugh at this picture on my screen. You guys leave your comments. Original link will be in the description. Go subscribe to her channel, show her love. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you wish. And I'll be back with more. Much love.